JD's a misogynist. Are you kidding me? Some of my biggest fans are females. If I was that, they would not be here. I don't really understand the narratives that are being thrown out there. It's unbelievable to me how misinformation spreads and then one thing leads to another. One person says this, it leads to 1,000 other accounts believing it's the same thing. This weekend was a complete shit show. This weekend was a shit show. You don't even realize what you did. I said nothing. And everybody ran with their own stories. I said nothing about anybody. Nothing. Yet you all ran with a narrative and you all got me trending on social media. For what?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. It is scheduled for one fall.
Welcome, and salute my wrestling friends. Welcome to the Goodbread Wrestling channel, also known as the Figure 4 TV. And guys, we got confirmation today. I don't care what JD talking about, but we knew something was wrong. Remember, where there is smoke, there is always a fire. So he confirmed, because JD went on his podcast the following Monday, after that weekend, after last weekend, and he confirmed that something went down. We're not bugging, something went down. So we got that today. But for those of you that might not know about the situation, we reported on this topic earlier this week. And I told you guys, when we get some confirmation, because we didn't jump the gun. We just treaded lightly, took it with a grain of salt. But when we get confirmation, I told you I will be bringing it to you. So I got that, guys. So let's get straight on into it. For those of y'all that might not know exactly what I'm talking about, let's just take it back.
It doesn't bother me when people call me Sasha. I can get bothered by it, but whatever. They can call me by not my real name, it's fine. But I wish that people would respect that I am a whole new being and I just want to be me. Mercedes Mone. So, whatever. I appreciate the people who have joined along on my journey and just this whole ride. I love my Manny crew. You guys always hold me down. And to those people who just can't let go, well, I don't know. There's a lot of healing for you guys to do.
Salute, wrestling friends. Welcome to the Goodbread Wrestling channel, also known as Figure 4 TV. Now today, guys, we got some drama. I don't know about how many of you guys know that Sasha Banks, Miss Mercedes Mone, she made her debut appearance in New York City House of Glory last night. And this was big, y'all. Remember, House of Glory is a little rinky-dink company, no shade, that exists out of New York, and is funded by Master P and Triller Entertainment. So for Sasha to make her appearance there, that was big. That was big. First indie show that she did in 10, 12 years, that was big, guys. She took on Indy Hartwell. You remember Indy Hartwell? She got released by the WWE a couple months ago. And I wish we could get that one back, though. That's one of those releases that I wish we can get back. But in any event, Miss Mone. That's a fact. I think that was a crime right there. Indy was Indy got Candace over, and then we crapped on Indy. I don't understand. And Candace ain't been doing nothing since we got rid of Indy. So I mean, Candace had a little run with the Nia Jackson, Tiffany, but nah, we could have had Indy and them. We could have had that as a tag team. We could have had them two as a tag team making real noise. Mone, she showed up in Hog, House of Glory, and she took on Indy Hartwell.
She goes wherever she wants, man. Let's go, Mercedes!
And now the drama comes in is because we know that JD from New York, salute to JD from New York, well-known podcaster over here on YouTube. That's his home. That's his home. He commentates for House of Glory. And he was commentating the whole pay-per-view, the whole show, actually, until the main event, which was Sasha Banks, Miss Mone, Mercedes Mone versus Indy Hartwell. Now, if you don't know JD or if you haven't heard of JD, it's probably because you go with the program. You is one of those people that go with what is fed to you. If you one of them people that go looking for information and like to hear several different perspectives, then you came across JD. Now, if you one of those one-minded, one-track-minded people, then you probably don't know who JD is, and that's okay. But now you know. Very popular, very opinionated. I can't stand him sometimes, but that don't mean he don't be on point. You could agree to disagree with people. But he's very popular, he's very opinionated, and he put in the work to be known globally, which he is. And everybody is asking questions right now. So why did JD get removed from the commentary? And it just goes to show you, if this is the case, that AEW, they got some thin skin, man. They got to get some tough skin. When you in the business and you in the eyes of the public, guys, people gonna have their own opinion. We gonna have our own opinion, and people is entitled to their own opinion, guys. AEW, man. And Sasha Banks, you just went and told us that you is not the character you portray, because you portray this heel, this bad girl, you know what I mean? When honestly, I think you need a whole new character overhaul. Like this character, this the same character that you had in NXT.
You smart! You smart! Sasha!
You'll never be like me.
All right, and I'm gonna stop it right there, but I'll put the link to that video in the end of this video for those of you that want to catch that video. But that gives you a little taste of what we talking about here today. And JD responded to the hearsay because nobody really knew what it was about. But if you pay attention to wrestling and if you watch JD, I've been subscribed to JD since 2016, guys, when JD had the corny intro. The JD from New York, you know what I mean? Off this, I've been subscribed to him since that JD, when he was doing unboxings. So when you know when something ain't right, and when JD went online and he put that Charmin tissue meme, you knew that something wasn't right. So let's hear it from him, because I told you on that video, I told you guys we were going to wait till we get confirmation until we report more on the video. So let me play that part. Let me bring that. Let me pull that back up, because we try to be as authentic as possible over here at Goodbread Wrestling. That's why we don't be jumping to stories.
Give them fucking story to take into that match with them, and they can't.
They fucking can't.
Now we pulled this from JD's Twitter X account, guys. And could he be referring to the society, the soft society, guys? Because we know we live in a society where everybody's soft. The people soft. They so sensitive. They need lies and they need sugarcoat and they need pander. You can't tell nobody the truth nowadays. So could JD be referring to the fact that he couldn't commentate the match because people have soft feelings? Now, we know JD, one of the more popular podcasters, so we know a lot of these companies be watching him, and they know everything that he say out his mouth. So you know him and Tony Khan, they just had a Twitter war, earlier this year, JD and Tony Khan. So I could definitely see Tony Khan calling it in and asking JD to be removed. Keep in mind, guys, JD criticizes everybody the same way. It's not a man or woman wrestling thing when JD, because a lot of people are saying that too, because JD is ultra critical of the women. He got into it with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte already, and everybody know that he's going to express how he feel and he ain't going to sugarcoat it. But it ain't got nothing to do with man or woman. JD going to call it how he see it. And the problem is the women want to partake in the men's sports, but they don't want to be criticized. If we criticize the men, we're going to criticize the women too, guys, right? That's part of being equality, right? So, guys, that's all I have. And again, it haven't been confirmed that JD was removed because of Sasha, but it haven't been, you know what I mean? It haven't been confirmed yet, guys. But we gonna follow this. So when JD responds, we gonna go see what he got to say. And if Sasha and Tony Khan say something about it, we gonna bring y'all what they got to say. But this is the news and this is the drama that's been going on, guys. Absolutely. And of course, you know, when snakes set something up, they go quiet. They go quiet. They go across the street, stick their hands in their pocket and wait to see what happened. So we didn't hear nothing from AEW's angle, from Tony Khan or Miss Mone. But as expected, our guy JD, he pulled up and he had something to say about it. But before we get to that, guys, I want to go into depth, right? Because this started a while ago, like with the hate for the IWC and the Shields and the Marks and the wrestling, the pro wrestling companies. The hate for JD started a while back, and it started with his beef with Alexa Bliss. For those of you that don't know, this is what happened. This is what was said, and this is what got every female in the locker room pretty much not feeling JD.
Right? And she does nothing. She does nothing. She's just, I guarantee you, she's one of those women that just lays there and just takes it. Nothing. She does nothing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being in bed with Alexa Bliss, man, and she performs the same way she does in the ring? Awful. All look and no substance whatsoever. So
now, guys, yes, that was tasteless. That was tacky. But that was 5 years ago. You know, people grow. And the problem now in the IWC is those people don't have plans on changing themselves. So when people don't see change in them, they can't see change in other people. And that's the problem, yo. Cause we come to wrestling, the wrestling community, to escape our reality. But in actuality, our reality be so sucky. Most people reality is so sucky that they come to this space and they come push their reality on people. Like, we come to escape our reality and watch wrestling. We don't come to want to strength and one up another person and argue and debate and all of that other. We come to watch wrestling, the sport we love. And yeah, if we have an opinion on something, that don't mean we hate the character. That don't mean we hate the person. That just means we have an opinion. We have an opinion on what we're watching. But everybody nowadays take everything so personal. Don't nobody understand that people change. Yes, that was harsh. JD shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? But he can say that. He can say that. And we all got what he meant by it. It was worded way off. But he said that 5 years ago, and he got into an internet scuffle with a couple of the women. You know what I mean? No, Alexa Bliss, she responded to that video. She said, "Normally I ignore his ignorance because all he wants is to be recognized by bashing me. But excuse me, X freaking excuse me, sir. How dare you discredit my work in such a disgraceful way? What a class act." And JD, and only JD can correlate XEX with Alexa Bliss with her in the ring work. My God, what a take. Man. Charlotte Flair also chimed in, like I said, like it's to go along to get along. You know, all them girls go in the locker room and they share that locker room and they talk about what they hear, and all it takes is for one of them to say, "Oh, he's mean. Oh, he tell the truth," and they're all gonna stick together. So Charlotte reposts from autocorrect typo. It breaks my heart that at JD from New York 206 will post something so sexist and degrading about one of my coworkers, still blocked. And she went on to block him. Exactly, Tay Tay. But like most people, and it's the same. If you see this with the IWC guys, how people in the IWC, they're afraid of change themselves, so they don't respect other people change. Right? You see how they do Tessa Blanchard. You see how they do everybody. Right? You can't even just apologize now. Not only do you gotta apologize, you got to go. They got to drag you around the world and do all this extra stuff, bro. Apologize and move forward. Yes, make sure your apology is wholehearted and you don't repeat the same actions. But all you got to do is make your mistake, apologize, learn from your mistake, and move forward. But we live in a society, and we is in a community, that IWC, where boy, it's like you can't make a mistake, but we being judged by people that have made so many mistakes. The average person that'll judge another person, if you look inside their closet, man. But you know, that's a whole nother topic. But I agree with you. But in any event, they hold it. They hold this to JD. Charlotte chimed in. JD responded, the pattern. Big pro wrestlers play victim, claims bullying, and all. And in Charlotte, we done heard about how you bullied the women in the locker room. There's matches on the internet of you actually going into business for yourself, shooting on other women. If you guys get a chance, go watch that match between her and Nia Jax, where they should have just fought. They should have just fought. But that's bullying. Anti-bullying, SJW proceeds to bully who she tweeted about, but please pretend you're anti-bully. You and the show you're performing on is terrible TV. I do what I do for people to laugh and understand that. And he's right, because this is in 2020, and we all know wrestling sucks, WWE sucks, storylines suck. 2020. JD also concluded with, I regret nothing I say or do. I have had more people come to me telling me that I have helped them through cancer treatments, deaths in the family, marriage being lost, and being an inspiration to them to start their own platform. But you won't hear any of that here. No, and we end up also, because people is not used to change, people cling to the negativity. People don't come to this space for the positive. People come to this space for the negative. If you make a negative video about the company, you get more views than making a positive, a straight up, a stand-up video. And that's just the nature of our society, guys. Understand. You are a woman of power and do nothing with it to make you the act or the vision better. You're a selfish individual who doesn't care who succeeds around them, but you and who you like. And that's a whole fact. And we see that to this day. I'm so off this Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton match. That was horrific last night when with that promo. And everybody wanted to, I want the Tiffany versus Charlotte match. Tiffany versus Charlotte. It made no sense. I was saying this back then when the Royal Rumble cheat sheet came out and everybody wanted to talk about Charlotte picking damn Tiffany. That doesn't make sense. That is a whack match right now. It has no build. Well, what? Because they both do moonsaults. Like the attention span in the IWC is retarded. It's retarded. That is not a good match. It would have made way more sense to have Tiffany in this program here with Bianca, Naomi, and Jay Cargill. That title would have been way better off in this program here because you could have even hid the fact that Nia and Tiffany, Naomi used Nia and Tiffany to help her get the girl. But you know what I mean? In any event, we not here to book the show. We not here to book the show. We know how selfish Charlotte is, though. So let's get back to what JD had to say. Let's get to what JD had to say in response. Let's get it. And yes, I had to edit this. I had to bring it to you, edit it, because the boy JD went off. He turned heel. JD turned heel. The same day John Cena had cut his promo, JD cut this promo right here. This is JD from New York 206 heel turn on the IWC. Because he used to shield. He used to be shilling. That's what made me not like JD when he started holding Tony Khan's you know what. And he was shilling for AEW and he was talking about NXT so bad. And even though at the time that 2.0 NXT was trash. That NXT 2.0 was trash. They got some great stars and some great talent from there, but the overall concept was garbage.
Great to be back here. It's great to be back live. And it's great to be in front of you after what was a complete bullshit weekend. And I appreciate the love and support, man. I have some good people in my corner. I got the best community in the entire IWC. Everybody else is a mentally challenged individual who don't understand that this is my platform and I can say and do whatever I want. And if the shows are bad, we're going to give a bad review. If the shows are good, we're going to give a good review. And that's all it's ever been. That's all it will ever be. And it's no more than that. If you can't handle the criticism, I'm sorry, man. Get the fuck and go find something else to worry about. I'm not concerned about anybody who thinks my takes and my thoughts on wrestling opinions is anything more than just that. Everybody is as soft as a of toilet paper, man. You're all disgusting. The community is an absolute toxic cesspool, and they did more harm than anything.
So we was right, Goodbreads. We was right, Goodbreads. We knew when he posted that Shaman's meme, we knew that's exactly what he was talking about.
This weekend, I was an innocent bystander, man. I didn't do a fuck. I didn't say a thing. Narratives being thrown around, bullshit being thrown around, misinformation and lies being thrown around, as if everybody was sitting next to me on Saturday night, man. It's as if everybody knows the story. Nobody knows a thing yet. Everybody acted like they knew exactly what had happened. If you didn't hear it from me, it didn't happen. Everybody else wants to chime in. Everybody else wants to chime in on what's going on. Oh, JD doesn't deserve the platform that he's on. Oh, my God. All the shit that JD has ever said. Actions have consequences, JD. What actions? What actions am I being held accountable for? JD has bullied the women's division. JD has talked shit to Jake Cargill. JD has talked shit to Britt Baker. Oh my God, JD has said such nasty racist things to Mercedes Mone. I'd love for you to dig up these fucking statements. I'd love for you to dig up these tweets or clips. I'm sorry, folks. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. These clips don't exist. They don't exist. Everybody claims that I've said nasty things about Mercedes Mone, which led to my removal from her match on Saturday. I don't even know what the fuck. How the fuck you know what happened? I'm sorry, folks. I mean, this is what pisses me off, and this is what frustrates me even more. You know, for the last 10 years, I've done nothing but fucking glaze that woman's wrestling gear. Seriously. With a nice thick coat of glaze. For 10 years, I backed that woman. For 10 years, I've said each and every time that she's the best women's professional wrestler in the world. I've got more hate for that than I care to really admit to you guys.
That's a fact, yo. And you know it's crazy? Because in his feud with Alexa Bliss, he was using Charlotte to get Alexa mad. He kept telling Alexa, like, that's why Sasha Banks is better. He told her that. Look, this is one of the tweets he told Alexa. This is one of the tweets. He said, in closing, thanks for the shout out on Memorial Day. The fact you know who I am and what I do is thumbs up in my book. Maybe one day I'll say, guys, Alexa Bliss had a great match and is making a difference in the division being better. Until then, no wonder Sasha is better. So I don't like people when you're not kissing people butt, they get so mad, like they'll turn on you, like, yo, so he can say good stuff about you, but when he criticize you, it's a problem. Yo, criticism, guys, is the cost of entry to success. Pay it and be done. People gonna talk regardless. So if you're not trying to be successful because you scared of people talking, then come on now. You're gonna never be successful. You're never gonna win.
Guys, but I've said it. You know I've said it time and time and time again. How many times have I said that Sasha Banks and Bayley is the most influential wrestling match in women's wrestling history, yet nobody wants to dig up those things and say those positive things about it because it didn't fit a narrative this weekend. Everybody knows that. Never said a fucking negative thing about Mercedes Mone. But apparently I'm not deserving to the sickos and to the Mone crew. I'm not deserving to call a Mercedes Mone match because I don't agree with the creative direction that Mercedes is currently undergoing on AEW Dynamite and AEW Collision. As if I'm the only one saying these despicable, horrible things about Mercedes Mone's creative direction on AEW television. I'm sorry, what is there to actually like? Pardon me, sickos, for wanting something a little bit more than a fucking match with Momo Watanabe at a fucking pay-per-view, man. Gee, I mean, you go around and ask anybody if they want better for any part of their life, you probably get the answer yes. All I'm asking for is better creative direction. I don't really understand what the consequences are that I should really be facing as far as that terrible statement. I don't really know what exactly you want me to go out there and serve as far as a punishment. Everybody is a retard, and I'm using that word because I use it when I'm very angry. Go cancel me. Could say whatever the want. The AEW fan base are nothing more than a bunch of retards who can't think for themselves and can't understand that another man who's confident, another creator who's confident in his delivery and what he says, stands on his own and does what the fuck he wants and says what he wants. I'm sorry that you are not able and you are not capable of achieving the success that I had. You know how I got to where I got?
Hold on, before you tell them how you got to where you got, and a lot of this come with the fact that people can't separate the difference. People can't separate who they like and who they are because they lose touch of who they are. And then they put their emotions, and they attach their feelings to these stars and these celebrities and these wrestlers, and the women start to think that they're them. So when you say something about the wrestler, the women take offense to it as if you say something about them. And the guys, oh my God, these guys really believe that they have a chance with Miss Mercedes Mone. they think they got a chance with her. So you say something bad about Mercedes, they taking offense to it, and that's where it goes left in the IWC.
Because I worked my f off on it. Relationships ruined. Relationships tarnished. Sleepless nights. I can't even begin to tell you what I've sacrificed to be a fucking creator in this space. Everybody thinks it's fucking easy. The amount of money I spent on production on this fucking show, I mean, it's more than Joey Janela's yearly fucking salary. So spare me the bullshit that JD doesn't deserve anything that he's got. Why? Because you want my spot on Commentary House of Glory? Why? Because you want my audience? Why? Because you want the fumbers that we pull in every single night. That's why. I've never seen so many people claim that I don't deserve what I have in my entire life.
It's crazy, yo. And I want to give a big shout out to all the content creators, all my content creators, even if you're from other niches and genres on YouTube. If you create content, you know you felt that. You felt what he said in your heart, because you know it's hard. You got to sacrifice a lot. You got to sacrifice a lot. A lot of people that are successful on YouTube don't have a relationship, a healthy one. Understand that they're individual. They are by themselves. It's sad, yo. You can't take everybody with you. But salute to the content creators, y'all.
The only people that are claiming these things are the people that want what I have. It is unbelievable how many people feel like they have the power to ruin somebody else's reputation and someone else's livelihood. Nobody gave you the power. Nobody. And you're certainly not taking it from me. You're not taking it from me. Go take it from somebody else. All these people want to do is tear someone else who's infinitely more successful down. Oh, JD, go get a real job. Oh, JD sucks. JD sucks on commentary. Bitch, if I sucked on commentary, I would have been off the fucking air in the first 6 months. Bitch, if I sucked at what I do, I would not be here in front of an audience of 3,000 people on a Monday afternoon, which is much larger on a Monday night at our normal time.
The guy get more views than AEW, bro. He get more views on his Monday night than AEW get, and they get in their audience on any given Wednesday, y'all. I'm not even gonna cap with you. He did 61K on this video right here. They had what, 3,000 people in their audience on Wednesday? 3,500.
I've already blown numbers away from last year, and we're not even through the month of March yet. So please explain to me how my downfall is coming, or I am not deserving of what I've achieved for myself. I work my ass off. Work my ass off. JD doesn't belong in the wrestling business. Who the f*** tell me where I belong and don't belong? I belong wherever my work takes me. My numbers and work prove it. One of the narratives that I've seen floating around out there is, oh, I don't blame AEW for pulling JD off of commentary. I wouldn't want him and his content calling their matches either. Motherfucker, I don't know where you were born and raised or when you found out I started doing commentary, but according to everybody, it's almost as if they realized I started doing commentary yesterday. I've been doing commentary for Hog for 7 years. 7 years. I've called matches for Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, Ricochet. I've called matches for the Bucks, called matches for Private Party, and I will continue to call matches for AEW talent that are there because you want to.
And that's a fact. That's how we knew all of those names before those names got to NXT. Stop playing. We knew all of those names before they got to NXT because we watched JD, and JD used to talk about them. In fact, House of Glory, Hog, in Queens, because they're located in Queens, New York. They are filled with 90% of JD audience. 90% of 80% of JD subscribers is there watching. Go there to watch because of JD. Like, we're not even gonna play that.
I don't know why because I am the most professional I have ever been when I sit in that fucking chair. What happens here does not happen when I'm live on Triller TV, and it will never happen. And everybody knows that. Everybody wants to vilify me as something that I'm not. Stop talking shit online and come directly to me. You know where I am every show and say it to my face.
And that was a direct shot at Sasha Banks and Ricochet and all of those people that be tripping on them on the internet. That was a direct shot to them. And I had to edit that part because he called them a B. He called them a B back. He called them a B back. He did. Play that part back. And y'all just plug the B in.
TV, and it will never happen. And everybody knows that. Everybody wants to vilify me as something that I'm not. Stop talking shit online and come directly to me. You know where I am every show and say it to my face. I've never met one fighter in my entire life since I've started. Never. Ever. Has anybody asked themselves a question? Seriously. Everybody thinks that what I am in real life. I mean, it is a YouTube review. It is a content channel. If I was like anybody else, you wouldn't be here. Do you want me to be boring? Do you want me to be unentertaining? Do you want me to not be myself? I don't know why everybody thinks that what you see here, you're going to get in person. I don't understand it. What you get here, you're going to get on commentary. Bitch, I've been doing it for 7 fucking years, and I am the best at what I do. Everything I apply myself to, I fucking kill it. If everybody thought I was the way that I was online, I wouldn't be where I am. I have done nothing. I have acted the most professional I've ever been. Ask yourself this question. Swerve Strickland came in as AEW champion 6 months ago to work a match. Did Swerve go to HOG management and ask me to fuck off commentary for the negative things that I said about AEW? Because I've been pretty rough on what's going on for the last couple of years. Did he show up and say, I want this guy off commentary? No, he didn't.
So this is where he's going to tell us Sasha had something to do with it without telling us Sasha has something to do with it, because that'd be unprofessional on his behalf to come to the internet with something that took place in a private meeting. But if you pay attention and if you think for yourself, he's telling you right now that she had something to do with it without actually saying it, because he can't. That'll be a breach of his contract.
No, he didn't. Neither did anybody else who walked through those doors ask for my removal off commentary. The show on Saturday consisted of half the fucking card being AEW talent. If it was really someone who wanted to push me around, I wouldn't have called any matches for AEW talent. But the one match I didn't call was the one match that I was looking forward to most in all 7 years. So I'll give you as to what happened there. Give me a break. I am where I am because I work my ass off. If what I did was so fucking easy, there'd be another fucking JD who takes my fucking spot. I'm sorry, bitch, I ain't going anywhere. We're only continue to grow. We're only going to continue to do this thing, and everybody else that has a fucking problem with it, you're going to see me every fucking where that you see wrestling content, because I am legitimately the king of doing this shit every single week. Every single week. And if you got a problem with it, I'm sorry. Go take it up with somebody else who wants to fucking sit in an echo chamber somewhere and complain that I don't like your show and I criticize your show. I'm sorry, not everything is fucking rainbows and sunshine. It's not. Oh, JD's got a bad delivery. It's all in the delivery. And then they want to fucking associate me with people who I work with. I'm sorry, that's the greatness. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube content creation. What I do is different from who I work with on Tuesday night. What I do is different than who I work with on Wednesday night. If we were all the same and we all projected the same opinions, it would be boring. If you don't like what I have to say, then shut the fuck up, watch somebody else. There's a sea of other untalented people in the community that you could be bored with. You don't have to sit here. You don't. And all these people, man, all these people that think that they know me. JD's a racist. JD's a misogynist. JD's this. JD's that. JD lives in his mother's basement. JD has his one thing. He loves his car, and that's all he has. JD fats. JD this. JD that. JD doesn't have a woman. JD's a I mean, you people are fucking mental. You people are fucking. There's not one single person outside of a handful of people that know who I am associated with, where I live, what I do, and what I'm about. You don't know a thing about what I do. You don't.
Man, yo, JD went off, man. Don't go nowhere, guys. It's part 2 to that. It's a part 2. JD went off, man. And he right, though, guys. Don't be the one always saying something about people, because when you become successful, understand it's going to come back around. It's going to come back around. JD turned heel, man. JD turned heel on the IWC. Unbelievable.
JD's a misogynist. Are you kidding me? Some of my biggest fans are females. If I was that, they would not be here. I don't really understand the narratives that are being thrown out there. It's unbelievable to me how misinformation spreads, and then one thing leads to another. One person says this, it leads to 1,000 other accounts believing it's the same thing. This weekend was a complete shit show. This weekend was a shit show. You don't even realize what you did. I said nothing. I said nothing. And everybody ran with their own stories. I said nothing about anybody. Nothing. Yet you all ran with a narrative, and you all got me trending on social media. For what? For what? Nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows exactly what went down. Nobody knows what was said. And you got me trending to a point where the match itself, nobody was talking about. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
That's Sasha Banks' fault. That's Miss Mone's fault. That's her fault, boy. Because if she wouldn't have went and got you removed, we wouldn't have made stories, and we wouldn't have seen that obvious. It was obvious, JD. You can't even be mad at us that made stories, because it was very clear and obvious. But it's Miss Mone's fault. It's Tony Khan's fault. It's whoever went and got you removed. It made it hot. They made it hot.
That's all your fault. Nobody's talking about the match. More people are talking about me than any part of the match and why I didn't do commentary. Gee, man, thanks a lot. I didn't ask for that. Maybe next time you should appreciate the fan base that I have and realize that I'm not as vile as everybody thinks I am. Because if I wasn't removed from commentary, nobody would be talking about it. Nobody. You took this woman's first independent appearance in 12 years away because you were all concerned about me and who you think I am and what I do and what I say and why I'm so evil and vile. Nobody is talking about the match, and it's all thanks to the toxic IWC. I had nothing to do with it. Oh, but JD, you put out a picture of Charmin Soft. I could be talking about the AEW fan base because I say it every week. I even have a disclaimer up in the beginning of Wednesday streams saying the same thing, but you all ran with it. Oh, look at this. We know exactly what happened. No, you don't. You don't. Unless you hear it from me, you don't know a thing at all. You don't know a thing. So who won? Nobody won. You all made a mockery of the entire match. You all made a mockery of yourselves. You all embarrassed yourself. And I'm sitting here blocking all the death threats and blocking all the people who are using all these derogatory slurs and fucking digging up pictures of my grandpa and digging up pictures of Bacardi. I get it. I get it. My opinion holds a lot of weight because if it didn't, nobody would be acting the way that they do. Nobody. Well, gee, man, every fucking Wednesday, every fucking PLE, every AEW pay-per-view, we're drawing massive numbers. Doing something right. I'm doing something right. And then you got the people who say, oh, JD brags about his numbers. That's all he has. Motherfucker, this is what I base my livelihood off of. You better believe I'm very proud of the work that we've done. I didn't throw money at Deviate to create this graphic behind me to sit here and just have a bullshit show, man. This is some serious business. This is a whole brand. Something that half of these people don't really understand. And then you got people like Ricochet out there who laughs at my misfortune for whatever reason. If you guys saw that, Ricochet laughing, ha, 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 because another troll account wanted to blast that I wasn't on commentary, and he laughs at me being.
That is so soft, yo. Ricochet just be taking L's all year, all last year. He's taking L's this year now in the masculinity department. That is so soft. Like, he just looked like a little wimp. Like, he just hide behind Samantha Irvin all day, right? Why would you hide behind somebody else's doing right there, Ricochet, and then throw stones at the glass house? Why would you do that, Ricochet? That's crazy. You supposed to be a star. Like, Seth Rollins ain't thinking about him. Roman Reigns would never respond to him. You know what I mean? Cody don't respond to him. Like, Ricochet, why is you? Man, it just goes to show. Remember, world championship material is a mindset also. It's how you carry yourself. Ricochet ain't ready. I don't care how many flips he could do. He is not ready. And that's why the E ain't put their title on him yet. He wasn't ready mentally.
Being pulled for whatever reason, and then claims that I'm hate content and I don't offer fair and balanced criticism. Motherfucker, I've been doing this for as long as you've been in the WWE, and I supported everything that you did. Every single thing. And he goes to AEW, and within 6 months, he's just as bad as the online trolls that he interacts with. I don't really understand it. He claims that we don't hate our fan base, says AEW's Ricochet. Of course you do. If you didn't hate your fan base, you wouldn't have given us the slop that you gave us on Wednesday night, which was fucking deplorable. Putrid. If you didn't hate your fan base would still be around. If you didn't hate your fan base, then the empty gymnasiums that you're operating out of would be full arenas. You lost 60% of your audience. Where the fuck go? They went goodbye because you don't listen to your fans. Now that audience is watching something else infinitely more entertaining and doesn't insult their intelligence. Instead, you've given up all of your credibility to glaze a multi-billionaire who wants nothing but to appease himself. Meanwhile, you're nothing.
That's a fact. Like, nobody in the AEW, and y'all know, I don't just rant on AEW because I like AEW and I root for AEW and I really want AEW to do good, right? But can't nobody that be high on AEW, can nobody explain to me how John Moxley getting jugged in the back by that spike bat, how does that draw money? Like, how does that draw money? Like, and they running around here real proud that their world's heavyweight champion took a spike bat and they love watching that. Like, we didn't see that. Can we retire the hardcore match in AEW? Like, we don't want to see no more thumbtacks. We don't want to see no spike backs. We don't want to see no more of that over there, y'all. Like, y'all done ran it into the hole. How does that draw money? It doesn't. And can nobody explain that? Can no AEW mark explain that to me? It does not draw money.
More than a puppet. Gee, man, I can't wait for you to win that international fatal four-way on Wednesday so that you could ultimately lose to Kenny Omega, proving once and again that you're a foozer.
Oh, man, did JD just call that? Because that's exactly what happened. We all saw it. Him and they already got him and the Mikey, the new guy, I don't even know his name, Speedball. They already got him in the ring. They jobbed out our boy Orange Cassidy. I don't even understand why would you even put him in that match if you're not having him win. How far did Orange, and that's their only superstar. That's their only superstar. That's the only person that can draw money. And they don't even know. They don't even know what to do. Oh man, can we please get him? Can we please get him? Can we trade? Can we, pick anybody on our roster and can we get them over there for Orange Cassidy? Please, y'all. We need to rescue Orange Cassidy, yo. Incredible.
Ridiculous. Nobody wants to hear the harsh criticisms that come out of my mouth. Nobody. And that's exactly what they are. Criticisms from a person who loves professional wrestling. Loves it. Gee, man, I could have gave up on the Braves after they lost Ronald Acuna last year. Again. But you know what? I didn't. I called out their terrible play up until the doubleheader that they had to play with the Mets, which they won, where they both got into the playoffs, and then they ultimately lost. I could have gave up on the fucking team, but you know what? I didn't. Because what type of fan would I be? Do you think my criticisms got to Brian Snicker and Braves management? Oh, man, that JD from New York, man, he sucks. We got to go on social media and make an example out of him. No, they don't. You wouldn't see that from any other fan base outside of professional wrestling because who was it that said it? CM Punk? Your favorite professional wrestler is the softest person that you know. Absolutely 100% a factual statement. I've never seen so many soft, just absolute type of individuals who can't handle solid, caring, upfront, honest criticism of the product. And then the way that they act is projected onto their fan base, and then they all act the same way. Sky gave up 7 years in WWE where he acted like a fucking professional to lower himself and ruin every ounce of credibility that he once had in 7 years. Now the only thing that we know of Ricochet is that he is not anywhere close to what he was. And the one thing that we all remember from his 7 years in WWE was the fact that he got put through a fucking windshield on a car by Braun Breaker. And that's it. I truly don't understand the anger and the hostility towards what I do. I can only sum it up to jealousy. I don't get it. I work with Jesse on Wednesdays. JD's a racist. I work with Jason on Tuesdays. Oh, I don't know why. Jason works with such a racist, misogynist asshole. Who the fuck him who he can and cannot work with? You do know Jason has been over the house several times. He was over the house a couple of weeks ago for my 43rd birthday, making old fashions with me. Where do you think he filmed himself in the Dark Horse for the intro? Who are you to tell him who he can and cannot be friends with? All up and down his message boards. JD's a racist. JD's this. JD's that. I don't know why he works with him on Tuesday night. Because Jason wants to be there. If Jason didn't want to be there, he wouldn't be there. If Jason didn't want to work with commentary with me at House of Glory, he wouldn't be there. Yet you drag his name into what I do, and then you make me feel bad about everything that happens with what we do on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, look at the first we're doing. I don't understand people and their just way of thinking. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Everything that you hear, everything that you see, everything that you read about me is completely misinformation and completely untrue. Everything. This weekend was a sheer eye-opening experience. I never, and I've been in some shit before for the things that I said, and I've held myself accountable for the things that I said, and I apologize to the parties that I needed to. But this, you're expecting an apology out of me for what? For what? I don't really understand what I'm apologizing for. The JD of 5 years ago would have went nuclear on everybody. You don't understand the ways. You don't understand what I had to do over the 5 years to calm myself down. You think that this version of JD is the same JD from 5 years ago? He's not. He's a better version of who I was 5 years ago. And no matter what I've done to make myself a better creator, a better person, I still get shit on just as much as the old JD does. But this JD is more honest and upfront about everything that he sees and everything that he loves and cares about. And I still get bullshit for it. And I still get just as much hate, if not more now, than I did then. Nobody understands that I did this before AEW existed. I criticized a bad show. AEW is not immune to criticism. Mercedes is not immune to criticism. Taking people off commentary is not the right way to go about it because I said bad things about a television show. It's not.
That was more confirmation right there, guys. That's more confirmation that we was not bugging.
Ricochet is not immune to criticism, and he's a it because I've been praising him for the last 5 weeks. I even said word for word, he had the match of the night, and he wrestled the best match that he's had in years with Swerve at Revolution. But my words fall on deaf ears. Nobody gives a shit about the positive things that I say. They always want to cling to the negative because that's exactly what people know of me. I'm negative. Can't win. I can't win. So when I can't win, there's no reason for me to change anything. Because by that account, I know I'm doing something right, and I am winning. Realistically, every single thing that I say is being monitored under a microscope. Great. I'm glad that you guys have made me such a priority in this space. If you didn't give a shit what I had to say, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't. But here you are, 4,000 people on a Monday night. Shouldn't you be cooking dinner for your wife? Shouldn't you be finding your way home from your Wendy's 9 to 5? No, but you're here watching me because you care about what I have to say. Everybody cares what I have to say. Otherwise, the chaos that happened this weekend wouldn't have been. I told who I needed to tell in the moment that I said it. I said it. Me being pulled off of that match is not going to be a good look. And what happened? What happened? People think I spit. People think I slur shit just for the sake of projecting whatever.
See, so he told them when they came to him with the idea that he shouldn't do it, he told them that's going to be a bad look, and they still proceeded, and he was right. It was a bad look, because we talking about that more than we talking about the match, more than we talking about the appearance.
Whatever I say, I truly stand behind it. I know. Whatever happened on Saturday ruined the entire night, and I had nothing to do with that. Nothing. Everything that I say here, people are riled up by. Why? Because I'm not shining up your precious AEW? For what? Would you rather me be dishonest? You know, lo and behold, AEW has just absolutely created this environment on social media where you can't say anything, whether it's positive or negative. I've been with AEW. I've covered every AEW show for years. If there is anybody that has seen the ups and the downs, the peaks and the valleys, it is me. It is me. I know everything that has happened in the 5 years. I know what they did right. I know what they did wrong. I know what they continue to do wrong. I know that the show is not the same that it used to be. If you don't take what I say as valid criticism, I don't know who the fuck you're listening to. I didn't pick up AEW because, hey man, I need some content to shit on and make some money. Motherfucker, I don't need AEW to make money. I don't. Got a Monday Night Raw review ahead of me. I got 4,000 people in here, man. I don't need AEW. The fact that AEW exists is great. I only add it to my fucking, my catalog of content. I want it to be good. I need it to be good. I don't want it to be bad. I've been here for 5. If there's one person that you should trust in anything AEW, it's me and Jesse. Plain and simple. But nobody hears the criticisms. They label it as hate. They think it's hate content. I can't win. I can't win. I don't know what happened this weekend. I don't know where everything went wrong. I'm not apologizing to anybody because I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything to anybody. I didn't put anybody on blast. The only thing that I did was back up what I am as a creator. You come at me, I'm coming at you. I don't need to be attacked for no reason. If you attack me, I'm coming back to attack. That's the only thing that I did. I didn't attack anybody at the show. I didn't attack Mercedes. I didn't say anything negative about anybody that was responsible for what had happened on Saturday. I just took it like a fucking man, and I did my job because I love what I do, and I love the people that I work with. They want me to do something, I did it.
And that's the confirmation we needed right there. Because, like I said, he couldn't come out and tell us something happened, but we knew. We're not dumb. You're not going to insult our intelligence. And that's confirmation right there. He did what he was told, and he was told to remove himself from that match.
Simple. Yet everybody wants to run with a narrative that apparently is not there. You don't know anything. You won't know anything. And I'll see you guys at the next show. And I'm going to continue to do the job that I do every single month. The prep and the job that I put into that position. You think this comes easy? I don't get it. JD doesn't deserve it. Who the you? I'm there because I've earned it. I've earned their trust. So give me a break and step back and stop telling people what they do and don't deserve. You are not the end-all be-all. You do not serve judgment upon anybody else. You can sit there and dislike what I have to say, which is fine. I'm not everybody's cup of coffee. But if you want to come and say that I don't deserve where I am, I don't deserve the audience and the platform that I have, then you're just absolutely mental. Because I do. I've been doing this for a very long time. And if you want it, go start your own channel. And if you want what I have and you want to be where I am, then do what I did and shut the and work your ass off to get where I am. That's all I have to say.
Epic rant by the guy JD. JD, don't, I ain't got to tell you. You keep doing what you do. And for the rest of you guys, keep doing what you do. Don't let a little bit of criticism deter you from doing what you're doing. And in fact, use the criticism as motivation. And don't shy away from criticism because that's where the work is. That's what what you need to work on. When people start criticizing, you really look at that. Look at that. Look at what they critiquing about you on. And if you need to fix that, fix it. Don't run from it now. Criticizing only make you better. It's going to make you better. All right, that's what I have for you guys. So it's been confirmed. We off this topic. We don't got to touch on it no more unless Ricochet jump out the window and say something stupid. And then, JD going to cook him again. And then we'll be on that. But that's it. That's all we got on this one right here, guys. So like, share. Don't forget, if you new, don't subscribe if you're not a wrestling fan. If you just come for entertainment or you're on the fence about me, about the Goodbread Wrestling channel, just watch another video. But don't subscribe. I don't need the dead subs, all right, guys? I appreciate those of you that have watched and that has tuned in, that has subscribed. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.